Alright, hello, welcome, and this is going to be a Digimon Story Time Stranger video on what I think may change in the battle system for Digimon Story Time Stranger. So, of course, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let's all get hyped for Time Stranger like everybody else. So, first things first, we're going to talk about what the stats in Digimon Story games are for anybody that is new. So, Digimon Story functions on a system which has different stats of HP, SP, attack, defense, int, which is magic attack and magic defense, speed, ability, which is basically just for Digivolution requirements or being able to use the Digifarm to improve their stats, camaraderie, which is only used in battle, and again for Digivolution requirements, mostly in battle, to have the chance to use skills like attack up, skill up, and heal up. Which are things that can boost the abilities of something doing. So, like, for example, let's say if I were to use the Guard Break Field. If Skill Up was used, it would actually reduce foes by 20% instead of 10%. But again, it is a random chance. It is not something that you can proc yourself. You just have to hope on the will of the Digigods for it to happen. And of course, then you have Speed, which again, like I said, is for how fast you can go. And the personality is sort of like a nature in Pokemon. So, like, for example, you see this Kaiser Gray. It has a fighter affinity, and that increases attack. And then you see all these with fighter, Brainy increases in, and so on and so forth. I believe there's a list online that you may be able to check for all of these, but I don't think it's going to change much in the next game. So, what do I think is going to change in the next game, actually? Well, the one thing I think should be in Time Stranger, and probably will be, is an ability to progress in battle. So, I'm going to go show you a battle real quick. That's personally why I put the Kaiser Gray in here, because in another way, I wasn't able to force a battle. So, as you see right here, the battle system has a attack command, skills, which you can use skills. If you use a skill that doesn't deal damage, you'll be farther ahead on the timeline on the far right. But if you use an attack skill, you'll be farther behind on the timeline. Items, you can use any items in your inventory, even like items you can't use, like that are blacked out, like revival capsules and such. And these are sort of like the X speeds, X attacks, X defenses from the Pokemon games, and they increase the stats by 20. They're actually better than using the general skills that usually increase your stats by 10, but usually the ones that increase by 10 increase it like team-wide instead of just using these for, you know, a 20% for 5 turns instead of just being permanent. And then, of course, you have Guard, which you can guard. It puts you ahead in the timeline, but you don't get to do anything. So, I'm just going to end up using Saint Knuckle. And as you see right here, like I said, camaraderie, you get a huge attack boost, and this should honestly 100% kill. And of course, at the end of battle, you'll get EXP, you'll get, you know, any of the Digimon. If they leveled up, they'll level up. And of course, we'll gain skills, but if you have too many skills, they just won't have skills. Or you have to remove skills. I think the limit's 20. But, like I said, Progress would be nice in battle. There was a way to do it in Digimon World Next Order, which if your, you know, Digimon had at least 100% camaraderie with you as the tamer, and of course, the Digimon themselves, because they all had camaraderie stats. If they all combined, they would be able to use Progress in battle once they reached a certain EXE gauge. And the EXE gauge would transform them into a higher form that they were able to, unless they're Ultras, which, you know, the Ultras can't Progress, but they would be able to fuse together into a huge Digimon that would be able to deal a whole bunch of damage. Now, I don't know if Progress is going to be featured in battle in Time Stranger, but it would be nice for them to put that from Worlds into Time Stranger to use as a sort of mechanic to where if your Digimon aren't high enough level, but you have enough camaraderie with them, it can get you out of a pinch and be able to get you through like a hard boss battle. That's usually where you'd use EXE in Next Order anyways. So, I don't know. Like I said, I think that's the only change I would really think. Maybe the ability to change, like, you know, magic attack and magic defense and make it like 2 separate stats instead of making it in, but it would probably make it more complicated for newer players getting into the game. But anywho, if you did enjoy this video of Digimon Story Time Stranger and what I think is going to change in the battle system, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.